Big Chute Marine Railway, the only one of its kind anywhere in North America.
This is your big debut, buddy. You've been waiting for this one for a while. I'll allow you to go first.
Oh, I know.
And looks like you're gonna go in on the left side.
Okay. They'll say where to go, how far up?
You're gonna go right to the very front on the left side.
Cool. So you told me if I could drive this, I have to have done my research.
Yes, have you been doing your research?
We'll see. Now, the Big Chute Marine Railway was first built in 1917.
1917, the first cart was constructed. That is correct.
Okay. And it was a railway instead of a lock because 1917, still in the height of the Great War, now World War I. So expertise, money, and materials in shorter supply. And it's a lot cheaper and easier to lay a couple rails than blast through all this rock, correct?
At that time, Steve, I'm very impressed right now. You have done your homework. I'm very proud of you right now.
Nice.
I think with round one, I think we're getting closer to letting you up there at the cart. Your lock master degree is almost complete, but one more.
Okay.
So we constructed this 1917, but this cart obviously is not from 1917. This cart was constructed in 1978. Why at that point would we use this cart and not continue with the lock?
Because it's like a tourist attraction. Look, there's people down here watching and waving, and it was so popular, just kept it.
That is a good try. That is a good try. So you didn't pass that one there. So at that time, Steve, there was concerns with the sea lamprey and what sea lamprey were doing within the fishing industry. Sea lamprey was discovered in the body of water just below us as we're coming down over the 60-foot height differential here. We had a biologist here for the last 2 weeks, and they were looking over all the boat traffic coming in and out, and they discovered a sea lamprey on one of the boats passing through. That sea lamprey fell within the first few meters of the lock going over the cart. At that point, they decided that to save the fishing industry, we would remain with the actual Big Chute Marine Railway. So it's been in existence ever since, and this cart here has been in operation since 1978.
It takes about 15 minutes for the entire ride, and on a busy weekend, they can handle as many as 180 boats in a single day. And thanks to the clever dual track design, the cart stays level as you go up, over, and down.
Okay, so here's a question I'm sure you get all the time here. What happens if, machines break and things like that? What if it breaks down? Do we just go rolling for a ride down and splash in and put our arms up like a log flume?
We do not have speeding roller coasters at this spot. There's actually redundancies built in. So any kind of a breakdown or a malfunction, the cart will stop right where it is. Thanks, guys.
Homework done and riding experience under my belt, I think I'm now ready to take control.
We'll leave her up.
That's a long way down.
Welcome aboard the Big Chute.
Hey, how are you? Good, how you doing?
So this is our new lockmaster for the day.
Yeah, let's do this thing. I have no training and limited experience.
But I thought you said you did all your homework.
Oh, yeah, I Googled some stuff. Okay, so I want to be lowering the slings now. Fingers crossed I paid attention in Lockmaster Training School. Okay, folks, once you're floating, put the drives down. I'll lower the slings. Don't worry, I'm an expert. I've done this, including this time once. So it's going to be just fine.
All right, we're good there now. Slings.
Plug the boat down.
Pedal.
You too. Going down. All right. How was it? Pretty cool, eh? Sweet. Thanks for humoring me. Have a great day. They're gonna make me go back to my real job soon.
All right, Steve, so we're about to enter into the Big Chute Marine Railway and the inner workings of how this lock actually operates. This is not something we normally bring the public in, but for you guys, you've been a great lockmaster today. Follow me.
Neat. Ooh.
Here we go, behind the scenes tour, and this is the inner workings of the Big Chute Marine Railway. Here's the 4 massive drums, that move the Big Chute cart up and down in a pull-push situation. These drums move up to that cart out front up to 200 feet per minute. They're 4 200 horsepower drums, powered in, moving these cables and moving the boats up and down the actual 58-foot lift.
And it's a combination, when we were underneath kind of looking at things, of pulling and braking. It's not just one thing letting you go the whole way. At some
Correct.
point they kind of take over and start decelerating instead of pulling you.
That's right. At one point, the cables are actually letting the cart go down while the other ones are holding the car tight. And then we have 700 feet of cable wrapped around these ones. And on the far side over here, there's 900 feet of cable there to make up for the extra distance that we need to lower the carts into the water.
Very cool. Overall, when you think about what it is, it's a pretty straightforward concept.
Pretty simple concept where the cart comes down on the 2 different levels of track, so the boats are staying level at all times. These cables, very similar to the mining industry.
Okay.
You'll see it quite a bit there, where sort of that same kind of system.
How much weight could you lift up that steep cliff?
So we say for the most part, like, 75 tons, but our team members here, there has been a few instances where we've lifted 100 tons up and down to the other side. Now, we don't recommend that all the time because it puts a little bit of strain on our system and we have to slow the cart down and operate at a much slower pace. But for the most part, 75 tons is what goes up and down at our max.
Wow.
But we have broke that and we have done 100.
There's a lot of muscle behind Big Chute.
There's a lot of muscle behind the Big Chute, but let me show you the brains, the Big Chute. So again, when I was saying this is very similar to the mining industry and a lot of the, the carts and the hoists and the elevator systems that they would have there, we updated this unit, we updated the Big Chute over the winter of 1999 and 2000. And we put in the brains behind the system. Here, and for our easy, viewing, we can see the actual cables, the placement of the carts. So right now we can see that the cart's all the way down on the west side. The cart's currently submerged in the water, so we know it's loading boats on the other side, but it'll tell you the position and the length. Also going to tell you how much the load, the tons actually are on the Big Chute at all times, and it will tell you the speed limit and how fast the cart's going at any given time.
Okay.
So we're always able to come back and look back at the data, especially if there's any kind of challenges or any kind of operational hiccups. This system here controls everything, so we have a good idea. Our electricians can come back in, pull up the data from this analysis, and then run our further diagnostics into the actual program.
Every lift is in there, so they can go back and say, right after we lifted 100 tons, maybe it's overworked or strained or something.
Yeah, that's right, Steve.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.